Hello Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We're going to hop right on into our third Battle for Baldur's Gate draft, not Battle for Baldur's Gate, Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate draft here on the channel. For those of you unfamiliar with exactly what this set is, I'm going to go ahead and link a video I posted a couple of days ago that gives the entire breakdown of this format from new cards to new mechanics and everything in between. Go ahead and click on that link and watch that video if you need any catching up on what to do to play this set. But we're going to need all the time we can to try to get into this first pack one, pick one here. And let's take a look at Lazel Gizgaro. It's really just, who even knows what this name is. 4 mana 2/4 double strike, specialize 1, and then it specializes into a bunch of things. When you cast it, oh my god, we only have 16 seconds left in this pack already. Just ridiculous. I mean, I'm probably just going to take the rare. Juvenile Mist Dragon has been a card that has impressed me so far as well. I do like Paladin. Portable Hull's very good. Pilgrim's Eye is another good card. I very much liked Undersimplify. And let's read what this does now that we took it, right? When you cast a spell, it gains when this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield. How do you get rid of it then? Well, that seems really good. And then it specializes into various options that we can decide on later when we figure out what we're doing. We've been passed a Mythic, a 3 mana 3/3. You can look at the top card of your library at any time. You can cast party spells from the top. And at the beginning of combat, if you have a full party, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain Death Touch. I don't think party is super supported in this set, but just the first 2 lines of text are quite good with this card. And I think that's going to lead to me taking it. Other cards of note here. I really like Underseller Mike in it. I haven't played with it yet, but it seems like a really good card. Adult or Young Blue Dragon is pretty good. Pseudo Dragon Familiar, maybe. Scaled Nurturer in Dragon decks as well. But we're going to take the Mythic and go with that. Alright, and if we're thinking black-white here, let's see. 4 mana 2/3 double team. Whenever it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. This is a very aggressive card, obviously. It is a cleric to go with Nalia. Here's Dragon. When ETBs exile a non-warrior, then so blink something. It's kind of a removal spell here. Nefarious Imp I have liked, but only in specific decks. I think this one's between Black Dragon and Moradin's Disciples. And I think I'm going to lean toward the Disciples to go with the whole Nalia thing. This one's a rogue. This one's a cleric. This one's a warrior. So we talked about party not being super prevalent in this set. We're already 3/4 of the way there. All right, let's see. Deadly Dispute is a good card. I do love Pilgrim's Eye. Flaming Fist Officer is none of the party creatures. Guardian Naga as well. Mace of Disruption. No, not for us. So probably between Pilgrim's Eye and Deadly Dispute here. I think I'll take the Pilgrim's Eye if we want to splash something. Deadly Dispute much better in black-red, obviously. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to land here. Take the Pilgrim's Eye. Deadly Dispute good with Pilgrim's Eye, but we're going to have this here. So this is none of the party creatures, but it is one of the better white commons. Mind Spike has been decently impressive. Beholder, no thank you. Chain Devil, no thank you. And then some of these are just kind of blue-red dragons card. Lizard Folk Librarians have been kind of fun. Oh, I got a nice little stack up here, but that's fine. We're talking. We're going to go with the Steadfast Paladin. 2-drop lifelink. Hard to pass on that. People don't seem to know that the red-black deck is probably still the best deck in this format. But I don't think we're going to draft it today. So we have Guardian Naga, we have Nefarious Imp, Thieves' Tools, there is a Deadly Dispute. I mean, we could take Provocation, but like, I don't know. I'm going to take the Dispute. Goes really well with the Pilgrim's Eye that we already have. There's probably a chance we can pick up another one of these if we wanted as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Deadly Dispute here. Then we see Vampire Spawn, a 3rd Deadly Dispute, Ambition's Cost, 4 mana, you draw 3 and lose 3. Don't know how playable this would be. Massive Disruption already determined as a no. Vampire Spawn's just a good card. I mean, 3 mana, 2/3, ETBs, drains for 2. It's just a good card. There's a lot of Deadly Disputes flying around this table. Alright, Gate to the Citadel is kind of like the Streets of New Capenna sack lands, except you pay 3 and a white, tap this, seek a non-land card, activate only once. You don't have to sacrifice this when you do that. And you know you're drawing a non-land, which is really good. There's also Ranger Squadron, 6 mana, 3/4 flying double team, which I think I really like. This seems like a really good top-end card. So I'm going to take that over the Gate. I don't know if that's correct, but I want to try to play with some of these better double team cards. And Steadfast Paladin came all the way back. We will be happy to take a second one of those. And we get a Gate to the Citadel anyway. So let's take Gate to the Citadel here. Now we have Imp. We have a Blink, but it is a Warrior. But how much are we trying to blink here? We could blink Spawn. We could blink Squadron. Does it perpetually gain that? I'm going to take the Imp just because it's a flyer. It can pressure their life total. Deadly Dispute came all the way back. Guardian Naga. 7 mana, 5/6 Vigilance. As long as it's your turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to it. We might even get another one here in a second. So black-white seems to be the absolute wide open deck at this table. We got all black and white cards that are wheeling here. So I think we're going to be set up pretty well. All right. So this thing in our deck can turn into a 3/6 double strike. When it specializes, seek a non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less. Pretty good. We could also potentially, oh come on, turn it into return up to 2 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty good. Pretty good. What do we have here? We have another Pilgrim's Eye with our double Deadly Dispute can go well, but this one might wheel. Our table didn't seem to value these very much, but this is a really good card. I think I'm just going to land on another Steadfast Paladin, though. You hear something on Watch, but I don't know how aggressive we're necessarily going to be. Probably relatively aggressive. I don't think we're going to play Thieves' Tools. But let's go ahead and take the Paladin and try to look to wheel this. The last Paladin wheeled, though, so is it worth taking Pilgrim's Eye trying to wheel this Paladin? I don't think that's worth it, because if we don't wheel this Pilgrim's Eye, I mean, there's really not much else. I mean, maybe Patriarch's Humiliation could be playable in this deck, but we're going to take that here. All right, Minimus Containment, 3 mana, enchant non-land permanent. It becomes a treasure. Good removal spell. We're going to take that. Prophetic Prism, I would love to wheel because it's very, very good with Deadly Disputes. This would be a really, really good combo. We need some removal. We don't have any removal yet. And this is removal. So we're going to have to take this and really look into wheel this Prophetic Prism here. Now we see another Deadly Dispute. We see a Mind Spike. We see a Bronze Walrus. And nothing particularly worth splashing. Myconid again is good. Owlbear is also very good. But I think it's between a third Dispute. Maybe we could play a Mind Spike. I don't know how much this deck is going to want to play a Walrus. So it's between these three here. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Dispute, I guess. Holy black cards. Black Market Connection. 3 mana. At the beginning of your pre-combat main, you can pay some life to either create treasures, draw cards, or make a 3/2 shapeshifter. Very, very good in Commander, I think. Saravok the Usurper is very good for creatures in your graveyard. Sepulchre Ghoul, obviously also very good. But again, I think we need to make sure that we can shore up some removal. So I think I'm going to take Grim Bounty. And there's a decent chance that we get a playable black card that comes back out of this pack. So we're going to take the Grim Bounty here. Cards for us. OG could be a splash, but I don't think that's necessarily worth splashing for us. Valiant Farewell, +2/+0. When it leaves the battlefield, they get a boon. When you cast your next creature spell, it perpetually gains +2/+0 and draw a card. So just a decent little combat trick there. Hook Horror seems to be really good with Deadly Dispute, although it's quite slow. 5 mana 3/3. And it dies to return as a 2/2, dies to return as a 1/1, and then dies to perpetually get all the way down to a 0/0. I think I'm going to take that because we have 3 disputes. Shambling Ghast, decent little 1-drop for our deck, I think. Again, really, really good with Deadly Disputes. So we're just going to take that Shambling Ghast. I do not like Eyes of the Beholder, so let's take Valiant Farewell. We currently have 12 creatures, not bad. Can I interest you in a 4th Deadly Dispute? I mean, there's Armor of Shadows. So next pick, we're hoping to wheel another Pilgrim's Eye. And the following pick, we're hoping to wheel Prophetic Prism. Neither of which I think will happen. I don't think we're going to play 4 of these. Let's just take a random combat trick here. So Pilgrim's Eye did not come back, and there's nothing for us. Now do we get Prophetic Prism? We do not. That's okay. So we know we'll have to take them a little bit aggressively in pack 3 if we want them. The Mind Spike came back, but I don't think that's something I'm necessarily looking to run. Nefarious Imp number 2. Okay. And Grey Slod. Don't think this one is really for our deck. We can take Imp number 2, and we have a deck here. So yeah, we only have 1 card we theoretically couldn't put in our deck right now. So we've got some cards that can go in this deck, and we got a whole other pack to try to shore it up. I haven't been paying too much attention to party here, but I don't think it's, like I mentioned when I took the card, I don't think it's a super supported. Like 1 cleric, 1 rogue, 1 warrior. It's like not super supported in this set, but at worst case, it's a 3-mana 3/3 that can potentially like draw us a card, which is fine. No, so what do we have here? We've got Manticore, Humiliation, Grim Wanderer, and Stalwart. So we kind of swung and a miss here. Battlecry Goblin's really, really good, but don't think it's for us. Grim Wanderer, 2-mana 5/3 flash, but only if a creature died this turn. I think that's still good enough. Humiliation could be pretty good. We do have 13 creatures. We're probably going to end up with more, but I'm going to take the Wanderer, and the Humiliation might even wheel. 2-mana 2/2 flash. Whenever an opponent searches their library, you gain 1 and draw a card. It's much more of a commander card. Sigil of Miracle. Beginning of combat, mill a card. If there are 4 or more creature cards, 1/1 counter on creature you control gains Death Touch. No. Here's something I'll watch, could be fine. Another Imp. Manticore, Beholder. It's just a 2-mana 2/2 flash. It is a cleric as well, so we could cast it off of Nalia. So let's just go ahead and take that card there. I don't know what this does, but I'm probably going to take it. A shame that there's a Minimus Containment and a Vampire Spawn, but this is another cleric. Oh boy. 4-mana 2/4. Creatures you control get X plus O, where X is its intensity, and I think every turn, no, whenever 1 or more permanents you control leave the battlefield, you increase its intensity by 1. Yeah, sure, I guess. Doubt either of these wheel, but they're both very good. But we're going to go ahead and take this. Again, it's another cleric. It goes well with Nalia. Scouting Hawk. No. Guildsworn Prowler. I have really liked this card. It is a rogue as well. Goes with Nalia. 2-mana 2/1 Death Touch. And if it dies, if it wasn't blocking, draw a card. So even if they have to use a removal spell on this, you draw a card. The only way you don't draw a card is if it was blocking. Spike Pit Trap could be playable. Unicorn, probably not in this deck. But I have liked Guildsworn Prowler. So we'll take that one here. Now we do see a Pilgrim's Eye. We see another Gate to the Citadel, another Horror, and a Guardian Naga. All these are fine, and I think I'm going to go with Pilgrim's Eye because of the 3 Deadly Disputes. Hook Horror is just a little expensive. I mean, fine playing 1. Gate to the Citadel could be the pick as well here. I would not be shocked if that's correct. But I want to take a second Pilgrim's Eye because of 3 Deadly Disputes. Portable Hole, pretty good removal spell for us. 1 mana ETBs, exile target non-land permanent. An opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until it leaves the battlefield. That's about it. We'll take that one here. Now we see the Valiant Farewell, which we do already have a copy of. The Scouting Hawk, which I don't think I want. In a gray slot, which I don't think I want. So I'll just take another combat trick. A Minimus Containment, pick 8. Wow, thank you very much. What does this do though? 2-mana 2/2 flash. When it ETBs, I can return another permanent I control to my hand. And it's not a party member, so we're just going to take the containment here. Humiliation did wheel. We do have 18 creatures as of right now, so we can take that. We have Imp, and you hear something on watch. We already have 2 Imps, so I'm going to go ahead and take the You Hear Something. Could be another removal spell. Manticore. We're going to have a lot of cuts to make in this deck, but I think that's alright. Doubt I need Spiked Pit Trap. Hook Horror came back anyway. Doubt we're playing 2, and whatever that is. Let us see what needs to get cut. I think 17 lands is fine. We have 49 cards right now. So I probably... We have a couple of combat tricks. We have 3 of them here. I don't think Manticore is good enough. Again, I don't think I want a second Horror. I do like the rest of my creatures, though. The Imps might not be great in this deck. We have 18 creatures, so Humiliation is probably pretty good. I don't know about 3 disputes or 3 combat tricks. Is Hook Horror worth it if we're cutting a dispute? Probably not. It's a little expensive. We honestly can play 16 lands. I don't think we're married to 17 necessarily. Like if we did that. I like the rest of the cards in this deck though. So we're down to 3 clerics, 2 rogues, 1 warrior, and 0 wizards. So we're never going to have a full party. This is basically just a 3-mana 3/3, can look at the top card, and we can potentially have like 5 or 6 shots at drawing another card each turn. That's still probably pretty good. Double Pilgrim Side, double Dispute seems okay. At the end of the day, it is a 1/1 flyer. We are still at 17 creatures, so Humiliation seems okay. Maybe it's You Hear Something on watch, because that's a little bit more of a defensive card unless we're like swinging all out, which we could be doing. Maybe You Hear Something on watch is better than Valiant Farewell. I'm not sure. That's a tough one. And then with the last cut here, I really like this deck, to be honest. I'm struggling with what to cut. Maybe an Imp. Yeah, I guess I'm going to cut one of the Imps. And then I do have 16 lands here. Seems fine. We top out with 1 6-drop. Everything else is a 4-drop. And not really many mana sinks at all. Could regret going 16, but I like this. So let us hop on in to match 1. easy keep here. We have a 2-drop into a 3-drop, and if this trades, we can then cast Grim Wanderer. So, whenever a creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature. Okay. It's a really good card. They're going to use the treasure to equip it, are they? No. Okay. Playing 16 lands, already drew 6, so that's why I do that. Okay, Circle of the Moon Druid. Blanks our Steadfast Paladin on attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Imp here, and it'll block. Paladin can block Moon Druid. That is fine, I think. That's probably not fine. I have the most dwarfs in my deck. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. So, whenever a creature an opponent controls and the node type dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature control. I'm gonna bet this is a dwarf. Of course it is. So we're drawing Minimus Containment, and I don't feel like using it on anything over here. So what I'm gonna plan on doing is holding up Grim Wanderer and taking 4 right now. So I'm going to plan on blocking this one this time and then playing Grim Wanderer. And if for they some reason kill this, I'll just flash in Grim Wanderer and trade with that. Alright, they have their own imp now. They do get to put a counter, probably on the imp. They cannot decide. Okay. I have a 3/5 on the ground. Potentially going to look to Minimus Containment that, depending on what we draw, because our Ranger Squadron can blank the imp. So, just going to go ahead and do this now. And then we'll do that. Next turn we can play the Ranger Squadron, and then the following turn play another Ranger Squadron, probably. And hopefully that's good enough. Okay, they whiffed on a land here. Or they didn't whiff on a land, they whiffed by drawing a land. Go to 16. Yeah, we just gotta play Ranger Squadron. So let's go to combat. We'll attack them. They're just gonna chump here, okay. Get the counter, and the scry 1, I guess, is what they're looking for, but we're still playing a 3-4 here, so. Hopefully it survives and has a good attack so that we can get the other one into hand. That's pretty good against Grim Wanderer. Another Minimus Containment. We can Minimus Containment their Hook Horror and get in with everything. Now we wouldn't play the Ranger Squadron, but then we can get both of these down. Because then, yeah, it just becomes a treasure, so it won't come back if they sacrifice it. I think. I hope. So, let's go ahead and do that. Then we go to combat. Get the other Ranger Squadron into hand. And then we'll play Nalia. Draw on another land next turn. Oh, that's nice. Double Hook Horror off the top. Okay. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Well, if you're a fan of the channel, you know this is nothing new. Alright, I don't know why they did that exactly. So we can attack. They're forced to block here. They're going to go to 4. Or we can just attack here. And then next turn, they're probably not doing great here. So I guess we're just doing this. And so they're going to go to 4. And then they're not dead to either of these, but they will have to chump with the imp. Also, this thing will still be a 2/2 when it comes back. So I'm just going to do this one and then try to go for a lethal attack here at some point. So we have 9 lands in our top 15. No, 9 lands in our top 16. Only 7 lands in our last 24. So, okay, they have a 4/1. Going for the scry here just to try to find something. And they did put something on top, so I see. They're trying to give it Death Touch, which didn't really matter. Okay, so you hear something on Watch Coming. So they don't have to block right now. But we're not at all dead on the backswing. I don't think. guess they have a removal spell. We still only take 7. Yeah, so they're just going to chump here. Shambling Ghast is probably not what you wanted to put on top there. What am I missing? Yeah, nothing. All right. Got the first victory. Before we hop into the next game here, I wanted to remind you that a subscription to the channel is always greatly appreciated. I mean, hey, if you made it this far in the video, clearly you're enjoying something, so giving back in even such a small way as a subscription or even a like on the video will go a long way for the growth of the channel and my ability to produce more high quality content for you all. It's absolutely free and will never cost you a dime, and then you'll have access to the most consistent high quality MTG Limited content on YouTube. Thanks so much for your consideration, and now back to the draft. Great hand here, we're keeping this one, 2-drop. Removal spell, playing against one of the more interesting names I think I've ever seen. Another green-black deck, and a Guildsworn Prowler. I will definitely trade if they offer it. Oh. That's right, if it wasn't blocking. Well, problem is... Jeez. Okay. Well, let's hope they don't play an X3. Kind of an X3, but not exactly. Let's get in there. Damage, and could play Pilgrim's Eye to trade with that. Again, they would draw a card, but like, I don't want to use Minimus Containment on it. Could play Nalia, try to spike a card off the top of our library. I'm going to play Nalia here. Drawing a Vampire Spawn, not bad. Little do they know that was just a 3-mana 3/3. I think I'm gonna Pilgrim's Eye here. Let's start by attacking. I want to guarantee that we get a land next turn. That way we can go spawn plus hold up. You hear something on watch, or Minimus Containment if we need to on like the Owlbear. I think I'm willing to trade for this stupid Prowler at this point. I don't like it, but... Again, the only way we guarantee they don't draw a card is if we get super aggressive. So I guess I'll let them do that now. So have your card. Do we want to Containment the Owlbear or Grim Bounty the Owlbear? I think I would like to Containment so that we can hold up You Hear Something on watch if we want to. Let's do that. Then we'll pass. Next turn we can do Grim Bounty and You Hear Something. Yeah, that's what we will be doing. They have another 2-drop they could cast. They've had it for multiple turns. They've just chosen not to. Just do they want to use their treasure? Okay. Here come the lands once again. So we're going to have to kill that. And then I think I'm going to use the treasure immediately. Play the spawn here. Well, yeah. It's going to be a problem. Played against this card on Monday, and the only reason we beat it probably is because I stole it and sacrificed it. But now they're going to steal probably Herd Gorger. Not steal, but they're going to be able to cast a Herd Gorger when they specialize this. Yeah, more lands. I mean, I'm playing 16, so... Gonna give it a little oops. See if they go to block on Paladin. They don't. Hopefully they attack before they specialize. But I doubt that will be the case. There's the specialize. Definitely should have gotten Herd Gorger, I would think. Let's try to kill that. Okay, they do get to scry. Fortunately, the Nalia is holding us back now. So maybe that was a reason to hold you. Here's something I watched. We can still attack. Because we can give things +1/+1. We have a lot of good draws in the deck. It's not particularly one of them. All right. Just hoping that the top of our deck is nice to us. All right. I guess we're trading for Nalia here. I mean, we don't have to. This is a really good attacker. So, I mean, I think I'm not going to. And now I regret playing it prior to their end step. Although they're looking in their graveyard, so something's coming back here. What do I do? Put one pile into their hand, the other into their graveyard? So one of these is going to their hand. Well, there you go. And there's a land. What's new? I mean, there's a reason I play 16 in the majority of my decks. It's essentially a land. This thing has trample? Yeah, it does. Okay. Not much less to get out, or not much more we can do this. We drew 1, 2, Pilgrim's Eye, and Analia. Let's do this. Down goes Vampire Spawn. And that will probably do it. I don't know what this does, but let's try. I haven't even read it, but let's do it. Oh, okay. Doesn't really matter. We were losing anyway. So, let's hope we can draw fewer lands, I guess. Yeah, this seems fine enough. We'll keep it here. If we don't draw a land before turn 4, I'm probably going to cast Pilgrim's Eye to make sure we do. But you know how this deck works. We always draw the lands, so we'll be good to go. Play Nalia into Disciples. So the next spell they cast gets +1/+0. We hear something on watch. All right. I think they're screwed on mana, so I'm not gonna... Never mind. Okay. We are drawing a land. Oh, man. Well, forgot this has +1/+1, but let it go to damage, and then we'll do this. So we'll draw a land next turn, and we can do containment plus... You hear something? It's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Because I don't think I can block here, because we want this double team. Yeah, they get to immediately containment. Or they get to immediately specialize. They get a free 2/2. So that's nice. And look what's coming on top again. So you need to die. I'm going to get the double team trigger here, and I'm going to have to just trade with Nalia. Probably you hear something on watch on their vampire spawn. Okay, so we can trade. And then I guess we can Ranger Squadron. That sucks. That'll probably do it. They get a free 2/2 every single turn. Don't know how we're gonna beat that. So go ahead. There goes that. Take 4, take 6, and then we die because it deals damage to us. So, yep, just lost to a bomb rare that they flipped very quickly, and we did not quite get off to the best of starts. Okay, no black, but we do have Paladin, and I think that's going to have to go a long way. So I'm going to keep it. There's a black. We're good. Guess we'll start with Shambling Ghast. Next turn we can go Paladin, play Tapland, play Archivist, and then go Lizelle. Lots of black. There's lots of black so far in this format. I think every deck we played against has had black in it because black is by far and away the best color in the set. So it's part of the reason why. Down goes Paladin. I'm just going to block this stupid thing now. Would like to ramp my way up to Squadron if possible. Oh. Okay. So we can still do this. So when this dies, they get to search their library. So we might be able to get some value off of that at that point. But for now, I think we're just going to have to do Lizelle. And we can specialize this to be either black or white. So the black one can return Shambling Ghast and Paladin to our hand if we discard Nefarious Imp. And the white one can seek a non-land permanent with 3 or less. Or we can save this and then do it on Ranger Squadron next turn. I'm just going to pass. Oh boy. Okay, that seems fine. They're all 3/6s with double strike, which is really good if we flip this. And Portable Hull's not looking great right now. So we could flip this to just be the mono white one, and then it returns... that's the one that seeks, but the black one returns both of these to the battlefield, which is really good. So we can get rid of Imp. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of the Imp. Specialize into the black one to get Paladin and Shambling Ghast back onto the battlefield. Portable Hull not looking great here, so go ahead and get in for double strike. Or we could just hold it back, but I'm fine trading these off, because again, remember, we do draw a card with that thing. We could also use our treasure to seek a non-land card, but then we can't cast Ranger Squadron. Let's see what they do. Okay, so go to blockers. Hope they don't have anything. And hope if this does die that they don't have some insane bomb dragon. It does not die. So because we get to get a treasure off of this now, I think I am just going to do this. So we could trade this with that. And we probably have to because it's not doing much. We do get to get the card off of this as well. Let's offer the trade here. Okay. So we got the trade. They declined so that we don't get the card. And then we can play Ranger Squadron. They look to be a little bit mana screwed. But with 4 mana, I'm sure they can do something. That is something. We'll start with Nalia. See a Deadly Dispute. It's going to be good with our treasure here. We could also use Portable Hull to get rid of their treasure, because they're probably stuck on green, and this treasure might open things up. This can also sacrifice to draw like 3 cards. Sacrifice a treasure, a land, and a stupid creature that they play. And then we can use... Oh, this only an artifact or creature, so we can't sacrifice the Portable Hull. Alright, do your worst. What do you got? There's the stupid creature. Now they're just going to sacrifice it, I'm sure. They can sacrifice the swamp, the Null Hunter, and the treasure. And then draw 3, drain us for 3. That's exactly what they did. If that creature 2 or less, conjure a duplicate into your hand. That duplicate gains something 2 or less. So we're going to have to sacrifice the vampire spawn is what it looks like. Ooh, I'll take a free card off the top. And then we can do that. Okay, they are at 7. We do have a removal spell and another smaller one. And so we just have to hope they can't do 3 damage to us. Alright, cross your fingers. I don't know the combat tricks in the format. Alright, we have removal for that. So we're definitely going to do that. Do they get a response? They do have a response. That's fine. They are technically dead right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That'll do it. Okay, got a little lucky there. I think they had a pretty good deck. Just got a little choked on mana, but we've managed to pull it out from them getting a little aggressive. All right, we're on the play. We have Steadfast Paladin into either Arnis or Pilgrim's Eye. So we're keeping this. I guess Nalia. I don't know why I said Arnis. Green. Well... yeah, I'd rather get this down, so. There's a Null Hunter that I'm sure they're going to trade. They do not. Alright, well then we'll do this. Drawing Grim Bounty. Pretty good draw. Very, very slow Lantern of Revealing. Drawing a land off the top here. So, do this. Fake we have a combat trick. If they block the Paladin, I'm fine with that. We can do this to shuffle our deck. Take action, find a swamp. Deadly Dispute on top. Well, it's got haste, so can't really do anything about that. So we can kill this one. Whenever one or more permanents you control leave the battlefield, its intensity increases, so it starts at 0. Grim Bounty lets us kind of block and sack here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do this one. Prevent some damage here if they do choose to attack with this one. Which they don't. More lands on the top. Why don't we start by doing this? Nope, no. Nope, we're not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll start with this. Then we'll do Deadly Dispute. That way we get the trigger off of Minthara. Finding more lands. I don't think I want to attack with this yet, because they're at 7 mana, and they can find some busted things with this. So, I'm not going to let them have that just yet. I think I'm okay with that. Okay. Go to my turn. Oh, look what it is. See what we can find. Get another trigger on Minthara. They are getting priority, so they could have like Dragon's Fire or something. We can cast that. I suppose I will. And then we can cast this, which I suppose I will. It only triggers once per turn. Yeah, oh well, that's fine. So yeah, we're not lethal yet. So again, I'm willing to just do this for now. I think we have the advantage here. So plus we have Lysel likely turning into this one with Double Strike, with all these swamps we have. Valor Singer, fine with that. We'll start with this. And that should do it. We got all of our rares on the battlefield pretty much. Alright, got up to the magic number of 3. Let's keep trucking along. Love this hand. We got Paladin, Paladin, Minimus Containment, enough lands to cast some things. Let's do it. That should be fine. I think I'm going to go a little off curve, play the other Paladin here. You hear something on watch could really blow some things out here. Could play a mono green 4-drop dragon if they want. They are ramping hard. The Null Hunter, okay. I'm probably just going to use You Hear Something on watch when they block here. Gain 6 life. Is that a dragon? No. Nothing. Okay. I don't want to Minimus Containment anything yet because I'm scared of what could come. So let's just pass. And if they go to remove one of these, we can Deadly Dispute. Got a couple options here. We could kill the Null Hunter if it attacks. Okay. Grim Bounty. Is there like a flash green dragon? I don't know. Okay, now they're blocking. Darn. So should I just Deadly Dispute this now, or would I rather the lifelink? I think I'll just Deadly Dispute this now. And then pass it back. This is likely going to be one of these targets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana? Okay, they use a removal spell. I think I'm fine with that. What do you do? It's a 2/3 hexproof from artifacts and enchantments. And when it specializes, it can destroy an artifact or enchantment. Could turn it right now into mono green, but I don't know what their second color is. My guess is either red or blue. Get a little boost or scry 2. Okay. Well, I don't want to discard anything from my hand to specialize this. So I could do Nalia plus Lae'zel. Let's start with Nalia. And of course we see a land, so let's do Lae'zel. Underseller Myconid. I'm not particularly liking where this is going. Let's do this, discarding the swamp here. Of course, we see another land on top. We can't really play the containment as long as this is on the battlefield. So we probably have to Grim Bounty this thing. And then containment this thing. So if we attack here, they can't profitably block it. So they're just going to chump. More likely, Dread Lenorm is coming. There it is. I gain 2. Oh, it's got hexproof. For how long? That sucks. Until end of turn? Till your next turn. Okay, well, can't do anything then. Go ahead. I hate hexproof so much. Oh my god. Alright, well, GG. I can't even be blocked. Here's some more lands. Alright. At least we can chump this stupid thing. Well, that'll probably do it. Alright, I'm just going to end this one now, so we don't really have to sit through this much more. Thought the deck was really good. We just ran into a couple of buzzsaws there at the end. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying this format. I'm not having a bad time so far. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video. On our end screen, you can check out all the Baldur's Gate drafts on the channel, or the trophy playlist for Baldur's Gate if that is of interest to you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you on Monday for your daily draft.